Local Women Magazine presents Local Women Podcast, the show for things that matter.
Welcome back to the Local Women Business Podcast. I am absolutely delighted to have with me today Angela and Nicola from Cinch. How are you both?
Thank you so much for having us. We're delighted.
I am so excited to have you both and to have a really good sit-down chat about what it is, exactly what you do, and also about your experience being female entrepreneurs, female business owners in Northern Ireland.
Thank you very much. Yeah, we're excited to be here, so thank you.
Fabulous. So take me back. Tell me, how did Cinch come about? How did you get down this crazy journey, and what is it that Cinch does?
Okay, so I guess we have to go back to the very beginning, and our whole business is based on my inability to lose weight.
Pretty much.
So Nicola's been on that journey with me, the highs and the lows.
Yes. We've been best friends for 20 years.
20 years, yes. And we both have our own independent careers. So Nicola...
I'm a mortgage broker.
And I am a PR consultant, so very much standalone businesses. But when we get together, we just have all of these ideas, and we just love coming up with different ways that we can help people, basically. So I had my two children 2013, Heidi was born, and all my friends bounced back, lost their weight. I did not. 10 years later, I was still about 2 stone overweight. So I had tried every method known to man, Nicola, and I dragged Nicola along the journey. So I'd been on raspberry ketones and got stung for a subscription.
No carbs, that was a fun one.
No carbs, nearly killed her by 8 o'clock that night, yep. Started running, going to the gym, had a personal trainer, and nothing worked. And then during lockdown, I had come across a friend who tried intermittent fasting. And she told me this when we were out on a run one day, trying to lose weight. And I said, how have you lost all of this weight, Fiona? She'd lost 3 stone, 10 pounds, I remember exactly. And she said, I'll tell you on the run. So long story short, she told me that she'd been doing intermittent fasting. And my first thought was, that is utter insanity. That cannot be good for your body. Are you right in the head? And I was saying to her, oh, Fiona, that's not good. You're just starving yourself. And she's like, no, Angela, I've done all the research. I'm going to drop you over a book, read the book, and start on Monday. I swear to God, your life will change. So that's what I did. Thought, right, I'm not going to tell anybody. I just got stuck in. And little by little, the weight came off, which was a miracle. I literally tried everything, and I mean everything for 10 years. And then I went for a walk one day with Nicola. You were allowed to...
It's during COVID.
Yes, during COVID. You were allowed to see one person. So Nicola and I went for a walk. I remember taking my coat off out of the car. Nicola was like, oh my God.
Where have you gone to?
What have you done? What have you done? How have you lost this weight? So I told Nicola on the walk, already here, I've been doing this intermittent fasting. And I was only halfway through my journey at this stage. So I lost 28 pounds in total. And by this stage, I'd lost maybe a stone. And Nicola was like, oh my God, tell me everything. Told her everything. Your first instinct.
Yes, I was thinking, really, Angela? Oh, I don't know
about
this. Yes, it's another one of your mad schemes. I'm going to have to do my own research in this now. But her energy, like Angela's energy, she'd just completely changed. So she'd lost weight, but usually you'd have a little slump of energy.
We were bouncing around the walk, and everywhere we went, people on the walk were going, how did you lose the weight? How did you lose the weight? Then you got convinced.
Yeah, and I did my own research. So I have endometriosis, so very severe stage 4 endometriosis. So I was always looking at ways that I could kind of help with my lifestyle and kind of help manage my symptoms. So I started researching intermittent fasting. And I thought, here, I'm going to give that a go too.
Yeah, so much more than weight loss. You realise the reduction in inflammation.
Exactly.
It can help manage your symptoms. And you tried it.
So I tried intermittent fasting, and within 5-6 weeks, I'd lost 10 pounds, which was lovely.
You didn't have much to lose to begin with.
So I lost 10 pounds, but the main benefit was I was feeling so much better. So brain fog had lifted, I was sleeping better, I could reduce my medication. It was incredible, absolutely incredible. So Angela and I went on this little journey together, and we thought, gosh, you know what? This has worked miracles for us. more people need to know about this.
Yeah. So then we were out for our walks, daily walks, and people would go, will you text me what you did about that intermittent fast? Will you So I was sitting texting most people at night, then you do this. And Nicola's like, this is insanity. Let's write this down. Let's make this a course. We were still in lockdown. We still weren't working. We've got a clinic in Hollywood that does facials. It does lots of different treatments. We thought this would work really nicely hand in hand because what we do tackles the fat loss, but it doesn't tackle weight loss. So we knew that this was the magic ingredient. So we wrote everything down, and it quickly evolved into a 30-day challenge or course, because people want something that's easy, digestible, and that's what we did. So we created the Cinch Fast 30 program, which is a 30-day weight loss challenge. And what that introduces is the concept of intermittent fasting. But what we say is everybody is so individual. So what worked for me didn't work for Nicola. Everyone has to listen to their own body. And that's what we're just trying to do, is remind people that they do have ownership. They do hold the key to their own health and happiness if they could just tune in and listen to their own bodies. And then it's about looking about what you're eating in your eating window. You can't just do this intermittent fasting and then eat utter rubbish.
No, definitely
So we
not.
love to cook. That's one of the things we bond over. We love eating as well. So we created all these recipes. We were still in lockdown. We were filming each other and cooking all
It was
these.
great fun.
Yeah, it was
You
good.
know, we just come round to know what we'll make today. So we did loads of recipes.
And then we filmed loads of videos. And we did it initially for us. And then the day came, Nicola was like, right, I think you, Angela, should go on Instagram now. And I'd never been on Instagram in my life at this stage. So I do people's PR, I do marketing, I do social media for people who are in front of the camera. I was never, ever in front of the camera. So Nicola's like, I
think you'd be great at that,
I think you should do a wee
Angela.
video
Go for it.
saying that we're looking for some trial participants for our new course. I was like, what? So I had to put my big girl pants on and did a video. So I said, we're looking for 10 people to trial this new course called the Cinch Fast 30. Really nervous doing it, felt weak, thought, sure, if one person does it. And we were inundated with people. Like we said 10
incredible.
and 30 people came forward. One of which was a PR client of mine, Margaret, who is incredible. And she said, I would love to try this, Angela. And fast forward like 5 years, she's lost 6.5 stone. Like she
just embodies
she's
what Cinch
62.
is all about.
She now runs marathons, half marathons. Like she could barely get out of bed before, by her own admission, she said the aches and pains were so bad. She was the first person ever to sign up, and she's still with us nearly 5 years later. 6
And
stone
kept the
down.
weight off, and she's just incredible.
So that started a really beautiful community. So Margaret was one of the first, and then Lynn, and she lost, was it 40 pounds for her 48th birthday or something like that, and it just grew. And these stories were day and daily, and we were like, this is our soul's purpose. This is what we're meant to do. Help women to rediscover themselves, get back to...
Yeah, and then we just, we launched it as a 30-day course, but it's developed just into this amazing community of women supporting women. So we're just like each other's cheerleaders, and put a little message in the group, and I'm going to enter a 5K. I haven't ran since I was at school, but I'm going to do a 5K, or, my jeans fit, or, and we're all like cheering each other along. It's just amazing, the power of community.
So it started off with one person, and we've helped literally thousands of people in those 5 years. And as you say, there's a WhatsApp group where everybody's chatting. We've got an online platform, and the course has evolved over those 5 years, So we've just now launched a new course, which is called Cinch Your Life, because what we've realised in 5 years is it's about so much more than weight loss. This is about confidence, it's about mindset, it's about working from the outside. If you don't feel good about what's in the inside, how are you going to feel good about what's on the outside? So it's very much...
And keeping it simple as well.
Totally.
Just, that's why Cinch, easy, small steps that everyone can kind of incorporate into their lifestyle.
Yeah, so this week, we're looking at gratitude and why we should start and be grateful for this amazing body that we've got, because people are so busy looking for a quick fix or this or that, and, what's going to... Be grateful for this amazing body that we all have, and put really good food into the body. Honour your body, because then when you've got that respect, you don't want to eat rubbish, and you do want to exercise to strengthen your body. So it's looking at all those little habits that we can build every single day.
You can just tell how excited and how passionate you both are about it.
We love it.
We're so blessed. Our community is just with amazing ladies. They really are fabulous.
We've met so many women, and we're learning every single day, and we're tweaking things, and everyone's sharing recipes, because everybody's on the same path. We all know what to do, but we're bombarded with all this. We're trying to keep it simple.
Exactly.
Eat good food, move your body every single day, feed your mind with positive psychology every single day. And
because it is incredible, just making little small positive changes every day can just lead to these amazing results.
Absolutely. And I really feel, and I talk about this a lot to people that I work with, that community is such a massive thing now post-COVID.
It is.
We have experienced what it is like to be on our own, to be isolated, to be in our homes by ourselves. And you have mentioned that a few times about the power of community within Cinch. How do the women work together? How does that work?
We do try to get together, so we do walks, we do events, and then we have the WhatsApp group. So if anybody is struggling or if anybody has a question, you put your question on and there must be, 30 answers, how can I help, or have you tried this? So it's brilliant.
Yeah, and it's one of the things about trying to lose weight. It can feel very lonely, especially when you don't talk about it. A lot of people wouldn't want to refer to their own weight because they think everybody's judging them. Once you realise and have those awkward, like we are open books and we just have them, and people are like, I can't believe you said that. Because, if we don't have those conversations, you do start to feel really alone, but it's just saying, I did this worked for me, or why don't you go and get your bloods done? So we don't have all of the answers, but we're creating a safe space where women can share their vulnerabilities and go, why don't you try this? We've all got your back, we're willing you to do better. Take it one step at a time. We're not looking for perfection. We're just looking to...
just small things that you can kind of incorporate and just encourage people to do every day, to take control, I suppose, of their
to take
their
control
lifestyle.
back and realise that we are all in control of our own destiny, that we don't have to have the quick fixes of food and junk food.
And then most of our ladies, I suppose because of our age, most of our ladies would be kind of 40 plus. So 40 plus right up until... my mum is a cincher and she's 80, so right up.
Your mum's lost about 2.5 stone.
Yes, and my mum, she used to suffer with really bad headaches. And since my mum started cinching, she hasn't had to take a headache tablet. So that's now nearly 4 years. And before, she would have been plagued with headaches.
And she was at Slimming World every week.
And she was Slimming World, exactly. Now she's lost the weight, and as I say, she's 80. Looks incredible.
She does look incredible.
And no more headaches. So it's just the power of intermittent fasting.
And it really is the power of like those small little habits, as you're saying, the habit tracking. And I'm very mindful now. I have 3 children. 2 of them are little girls. Annie is 8, Isabella is 6. And I'm very conscious about my language and the way that I describe weight loss or the way that I describe healthy eating. And I love the fact that this sounds like something that women can still incorporate into their lives with their families.
Most definitely, yeah. And all our recipes are all family-friendly recipes. They're kind of like how your mum used to cook. So your protein, lots of veg, a little bit of potato or whatever.
None of the diet foods, so we've been really mindful about that because we both have daughters and sons, and the little ears are always listening.
Oh, and they hear and they pick up on everything.
Yeah, everything.
We've actually even changed the language of the intermittent fasting now to eating in a window. We're very much mindful of the positive psychology, and there can be negative connotations about intermittent fasting, so it's now called eating in a window, which makes sense for every human being. We shouldn't graze all day, every day. That's when we become sugar burners, so you're just burning sugar all day. But if you allow your body to just eat in a window that you choose, so for instance, 9 to 5, most people can manage that. You shouldn't be eating in the evening. Your body needs to rest and digest.
But it's kind of going back as well to like whenever I was growing up, when I'd come in from school hungry and I'd say to Mum, I'm hungry, she'd say, well, you're going to get your dinner soon. No, you don't eat anything now because you'll ruin your dinner. So then you had your dinner, and then after dinner, if you were hungry, your mummy would say, well, you didn't eat your dinner then. Why'd you not eat your dinner? So it's kind of going back to eating, good lunch, good dinner.
And real food.
And
that's our kind of ethos, is keep it completely simple. Eat it in a eating window, eat real food, ditch the diet food. So fill up on all the colourful fruit and veg that this earth provided us with. Drink water and surround yourself with positive people and move your body. It's so simple, but we all know what to do, but we're just not doing it because we're bombarded with all this information. And that's where the community comes in, to remind each other every day, I'm doing this, I'm out for a walk. And when you see somebody in the group chat, I see Nicola out for a walk, I'm like, frig, I'm going out for a walk. I'm sitting here in this bloody desk.
So true, honestly.
So it's that little ripple domino effect of one person can do it, so you can do it too. So
And the power of surrounding yourself with the right people and the people that are on the same journey as what you are, because it's very easy to get distracted with the noise in the background. My husband is the absolute absolute world's worst for not controlling temptations. And even last night, it is a Tuesday, Monday night, Carl was, I'm still a wee bit hungry, should I order a Chinese? And I'm thinking, it's a Monday, why on earth would you order a Chinese? Go and make a piece of toast.
It's because the app, the Just Eat app, get the app off the phone. I'm so glad it doesn't deliver in my area. Get it off the phone, keep the rubbish out of the house, and you won't go looking for it.
It is hard. Like, you just have to walk into Tesco's and, you're just hit up the face with, 24 bags of Walkers for £3 or something,
Everything's on offer. And
all this unhealthy food. And, of course, you go hungry and the next thing your trolley is absolutely packed with, junk food.
Yeah, so that we had to step in and say, right, when you're going shopping, don't go shopping hungry. Avoid those aisles. Look for the green aisles. Focus on the protein. So it's just giving people wee tools and tips to manage that, because we're very realistic. Yeah. We're faced with these temptations too. And I just can't even look at crisps now. I just have to put the blinkers on, go into Tesco's and go straight for the food and get the hell out of there, because these foods are engineered to be addictive. It's not like we have no willpower. They are addictive foods.
So many chemicals in them.
So it's just about retraining your brain to say, I respect my body, I only put good food into my body, using your affirmations, being grateful for what we have, and just trying to
They did an experiment with rats and sugar. So they put a rat in a cage with sugar and cocaine, and the rat became more addicted to sugar than cocaine.
It's so addictive.
Right.
I know.
And explains a lot about what's wrong with our society.
Yeah, we're just totally addicted to sugar.
Now, I'm going to go back a little bit to the business side of it. Obviously, two very close friends. How do you find running a business together? Because obviously there's so much to Cinch.
There is,
yes, absolutely. Well, we're very blessed, We do get on very, very well and always have done. And I suppose Angela's very good at one side of the business and I maybe have other skills. So we do just complement each other.
Exactly. And we don't, touch wood, we haven't fallen out yet.
Touch wood.
I think one of the secrets is we don't take ourselves or life too seriously. So fun is always at the forefront of everything we do. I remember listening to a book, Richard Branson, and he says, if it's not fun, they don't do it. And I think that's kind of our mantra.
Yes, exactly.
If it's not fun, it doesn't feel right in your gut. So we just.
And Angela's one of the only people that I have met where I could phone her up and go, okay, let's go and play with goats for the afternoon. And Angela will go, okay, sign me up. So we just, so she's one of these people that will give anything a go. You just have to suggest it. And I love that. And so we work really well together.
So but we also love talking about business as well. So we go on these fun days out. We're going to the goat meditation. We're trying to lower the cortisol because I was having a particularly stressful week that week. And Nicola knew enough to read the situation to go, okay, she's been a head case. Let's go and do something absolutely ridiculous. So instead of having that awkward conversation, no, you're being a head case, go, right, we're doing something.
We're going to meditate with goats, okay?
Yeah. So that was for my birthday,
I definitely need to find out the details for the goat meditation. That sounds like a back pocket one to pull out.
It was good fun, but then we always bring it back to business. So we're going, right, well, how could this help the ladies? Well, it's getting out of your own head for this, and doing different things. Breathing, none of us are breathing correctly. We're all doing this shallow breathing and wondering why we're nearly hyperventilating at all times. So it's us learning the stuff and then passing on what's good to the ladies, and that's what we love. And making it fun.
I love that. Now, it would be crazy of me not to bring it up. Obviously, we are seeing weight loss jabs everywhere. And we were actually having a chat before we came on, and you guys were saying that you were at an event recently and you pretty much could have been the only two females not on the jabs.
Yeah.
Honestly, at the table, there was a table of 12.
Yes.
And we whispered to the host, well, the girl sitting beside me, actually, she said, I'm on my weight loss jabs. And I said, really? And would most of your friends be? She said, well, probably in this table, you and Angela are the only two that aren't on the jabs.
Yeah.
I thought,
right, were you diabetic before? Were you obese? No, I only had a wee half a stone to lose. How did you get it? I just lied on the thing. I just overinflated my weight. So people are so desperate for the quick fix.
Using the fat apps to make themselves look fat, to actually get,
to make them
look fat so they can get, yeah.
So it is a reality. It is a thing. But what we're just trying to do is support. If we are not here from a judgment point of view at all, but we're here to support people, because there will come a time when they come off those jabs and they'll be looking for those habits to sustain the weight loss, to make sure that they're creating a healthy body. Because if you're taking a weight loss jab and going eating burgers every night of the week, there's going to be a disconnect at some point. Your health is going to tell you very quickly that something's not aligned, and then when you come off them, the weight's going to go back on. So it's creating these, again, the habits that we can all manage our weight. But if you've chosen the weight loss injections, what are the habits that you can integrate to get yourself off them as well? So
because you don't want to be on them for life.
Absolutely.
yeah, they have their place, absolutely, for people who are obese or with the diabetes, but not if you've 4 pounds to lose and you just want a quick fix. I think that's where there is a bit of a disconnect.
And they're very expensive too. It's a very expensive long-term commitment as well.
Exactly. And as I say, they are, for if you're obese, if you're extremely obese, or if you're diabetic, that is who they're for. But as I say, they're just being more integrated into society where, everybody is taking them. There's a few pounds to lose.
Yeah, it's definitely a trend at the moment, but Cinch still has its place, and that's why we're very much focusing on the mindset at the moment, because people think they can't do that. I just can't lose weight. I can't. There's no such thing as can't. It's self-belief, and it's discovering, why am I overeating? Why am I turning to food? Why am I emotionally eating? And identifying those little habits to say, you can lose the weight. Have you looked at protein? Have you got enough protein in diet? Are you doing weight training 3 times a week? Are you surround yourself with positive people? What are you eating in that window? And then most times people will go, I can do it. And if I'm still desperate, you can take the weight loss injections. But it's given the people the reality that there are other options out there.
Definitely.
And I think even for women out there that have went to the gym, like even if I think of myself, I've went to the gym from I was probably 16. I know what to do whenever I'm in the gym. I have a gym that I really like to go to. You have the knowledge, I know how to track my food. I know the apps to use. I know about, the portions of protein that I should be using. But the bit that I struggle with the most is the consistency. Yes. Because when life gets in the way, and you both will resonate with this, as busy, mums, business owners, life gets in the way. And I love that Cinch sounds like it overcomes that problem.
It is. Yeah. And we're not saying we're perfect. Like if you see Nicola in the queue to the gym, you're like, we're not perfect in any way.
We carry half and half.
We carry half and half. Never done anybody before. But if you did that every single day of the week, then that's when you're in trouble. So it's saying, being realistic to say, it's the 80-20 principle. You can't be perfect 100% of the time. I don't think it's humanly possible. No. But it's being realistic, and it's knowing that if you're really, really busy, it's meal prepping on a Sunday, having those little meals.
That's what saves us a lot, is the meal prepping, and we make these delicious protein balls. And so if you fancy a cup of tea and just that wee sweet hit, that there's something, healthy, it's made with dates and nuts instead of having a Mars bar. Yeah.
It's changing those little habits, not saying deprive yourself completely. It's crowding out the bad habits with the good habits. So if we go for a cup of tea, you always need a wee something. So it's bringing them with you.
I know. Or if the coffee shops love us.
Exactly. Bring your own protein ball. But even if you're back to back, like you would be back to back with podcasts all day, bringing something with you, so you're not, whenever the lady on reception says, does anybody want something from the sandwich shop? Yeah, get me a sandwich and a packet of crisps. You go, no, I've got my box with me, so that it just makes it easy. So because when we're all hungry and we're tired,
that's some bad decisions.
You make bad decisions, you make irrational decisions. So it's just about being prepared, which isn't always easy, and making it simple. So there's lots of food order companies now that do these meal preps. So if cooking's not your thing, do that. Or if Sunday, like we'd get together and make food and then swap soups because we're geeks. But that works for us. So do what works for you, and just try and just keep it so simple. But we're all facing the same battles. Nobody's failing because they're doing these things. When you're hungry, it's a survival mechanism that your body's going, she's starving, she needs food right now. Get me a sandwich and a pack of crisps. But if you've got your wee box, then you're less likely to make those irrational.
Now, if people want to get in touch with you, where can they find Cinch?
Our website, so have a wee look, cinchyourlife.com. So we've got our courses are on there, and we've tried to make this affordable. It's literally £50 to sign up, and you get access to all our courses. So we've got Cinch Fast 30, which is Eating in a Window. We've got our new one, Cinch, which is focusing very much on the mindset. We've also got one called Soberish, which is about looking at your relationship with alcohol. So it's not that all or nothing, oh, I'm completely alcohol free, because then we all self-sabotage. But it's about being mindful about the drinking choices, you know, have one and move, but supporting again women.
Yeah, and again, just educating people about alcohol as well. You know, people wouldn't even think about drinking a bottle of wine at the weekend, but you know, whenever you look at, okay, so on a Friday night you have a bottle of wine, well, how do you sleep?
Yes.
The next day, what are your choices like the next day? Can you get up and go for a walk, or you know,
you're sticking to your plan, or you go to McDonald's for your breakfast, and you're wondering why on Monday you're back to square one. So I did that for years and wasn't drinking a bottle of wine by any means, but even 2 or 3 drinks, rubbish night's sleep, wanted something salty for my breakfast, wanted something carb heavy for my lunch.
Didn't want to go for that walk, wanted to sit in front of the TV.
And Monday the scales were the same, and I think that's where intermittent fasting played a massive role for me, because it allowed me to listen to my body for the first time in a decade, to go, what works for me, what works, doesn't work. Alcohol definitely doesn't work for me. Move my body, I feel amazing when I move my body. So it's what tuning into your body, and we all know, but we just turn off that ability to work out what makes me feel good, and movement, intermittent fasting,
And eating well
really does, and drinking loads of water.
Girls, thank you so much. This has been absolutely amazing.
We're always on Instagram.
Yes.
You know, send us, if anybody just has a wee question, send us a message, because either one of us
we'll
get back to you.
So Cinch Your Life on Instagram as well, or cinchyourlife.com, and we would be happy to talk to anybody who just wants a little bit of guidance or wants to know more about our courses.
Local Women Magazine presents Local Women Podcast, the show for things that matter.